Amanda here, and today we're doing a fall palette bingo. It's been a while since I've done a palette bingo, and I actually have another one planned for October as well. So this month we're doing all specifically fall palettes, and then next month I'll do more spooky palettes. If you're wondering why certain palettes aren't included in this palette bingo, it's probably because I'm planning on putting them in next month's palette bingo with a spooky theme. So stay tuned for that if you're looking for a certain palette to pop up here. Palettes that I'm including in today's palette bingo video are very autumn specific, starting of course with my beloved Enchanted Autumn palette. This is my collaboration with Fantasy Cosmetica, just released earlier this month and it's available now. I've already used this in a bunch of videos and it's not going away anytime soon. Since we're doing a fall theme, Enchanted Autumn is a must. This one is probably a bit of a wild card. This is the After Hours palette from ColourPop, and this is their fall collection release, which is why I'm including it. Plus, I just reviewed this earlier this month, and I always try to use the palettes that I review in any given month as many times as it possibly can. So today is the perfect opportunity to include this After Hours palette. Of course, you knew this one was going to be included, right? This is the Nomad Hudson Valley palette. This is sadly now discontinued by the brand, but it is one of my favorites, and it is the most fall-tastic artwork. I'll take any excuse to pull out my Hudson Valley palette. So this one is obviously going into the palette bingo rotation today. The Fall Magic palette from Unearthly. This is actually the remastered version. They had previously released a Fall Magic palette that was quite a bit different in layout and slightly different in color from this one, but I'm using the remastered version today. So this is the Fall Magic palette. And what fall palette collection would be complete without Too Faced's most recent offering? This is the Appley in Love palette. And most of these have been previously swatched and reviewed on my channel, so I'll link any relevant videos. I do have dedicated videos for pretty much all of these, so check the description box if you want to see more about these individual palettes and my thoughts and more looks. But today is all fun. We are just going to be playing with some colors and hopefully getting a creative fall look out of it. I'm going to be using a random number generator to select the shades from each palette. So let's start with my baby first, Enchanted Autumn. This one has 12 shades. Set the max number to 12, and I got number 8. So that will be Willow Oak. I would have been happy no matter what, because obviously I chose these shades, so I love them. Let's just do a little swatch collection here. Willow Oak is a mustardy brown matte, and this pretty much goes with everything in my world, so a good start, Willow Oak. Now for the After Hours palette, this one has 16 shades, so let me reset my number generator, and we have 15. So that will be another matte shade, sitting pretty. Most likely we will get a matte from the Hudson Valley palette as well. Oh, sorry, I should swatch this so you can see. Those look nice together. Okay. So far, it's looking pretty good. The Hudson Valley palette will most likely also give us a matte shade because it is overwhelmingly a matte palette. There are 15 shades in this palette and only 3 of them are shimmers. So let's see what we get. I need to reset to 15 and okay, I got 15, which is the last shade in the palette, which is Farm to Table. Of course, another matte. This is like a dark grayish brown shade. At least so far, these all look pretty good together, I think. Bit of a grungy vibe going on, which I love. We do need some shimmers though. Hopefully Fall Magic can come through because these shimmers are very, very beautiful. This is also a 12 pan palette. And we got shade number 8. That is 7, 8. This one, yay. Okay, yay, a shimmer. This is a really shifty maroon berry multi-chrome type of color. Ooh, beautiful. Wow. All right. Look, that looks pretty good so far. Let's see what Appley in Love has to offer. This one has 18 shades, and I got shade number 14, so that is 6, 12, 13, 14. Ooh, okay. All right, another matte. That's just how it goes, I guess. This is a bit of a brighter yellow. This one's called Turnover. So I think that'll work well with Willow Oak. All right. I'm not mad at this color palette. I do personally wish for some more shimmer, but you win some, you lose some. Here's the color story we're working with. Started out very murky and grungy up here, and then we got a little bit of brightness towards the end. So I think this will make a really nice look. Definitely not colors I would have individually pulled from these palettes myself. Not that I typically use 5 different eyeshadow palettes for a look, but I think this will be a fun challenge. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to zoom in and prime my lids and see what kind of fall look we can create. Of course, I'm starting off by priming my lids with my all-time favorite eye base. This is the Ulta Matte Eye Primer, so I'm just adding a little bit of that over each of my eyelids. Then I'm going to go straight in with this bright yellow matte shade from the Appley in Love palette called Turnover. And I'm applying that with a big fluffy brush because I am going to deepen this color up with the Willow Oak shade from the Enchanted Autumn palette. So I'm not really worrying about precision here. This is more of a base layer color in that transition crease area of the eye look. And then I will go back and add some more of this color to blend later. So now I'm going to take a slightly more precisely shaped brush. This is my favorite blending brush from ColourPop, and I'm using that to apply Willow Oak in the same area, but keeping that just a bit closer to that crease area, closer to the lid, so that it's more like that turnover shade is peeking out around the edges. And to really solidify that blend, I'm gonna go back with that original big fluffy brush, and I'm like sandwiching these mustardy shades together to really make the overall look cohesive. It's almost like it's one shadow color in a way with the ombre effect. Now I'm going to use Sitting Pretty from the ColourPop After Hours palette, and I'm going to pack this onto the very outer part of my lid with a small detail fluffy brush. I just want to get some depth built up in that outer part of the eye to create a little bit of a contour. And ultimately, the shimmer that I'm going to put on top of the lid is sort of going to wipe out this color, but I also applied it to the lower lash line as well and really blew that out. So this is where that shade really ends up showing up in the finished look because this magic shade from the Fall Magic palette is so incredibly opaque that as I applied that to the lid, it almost made the red matte shade disappear, even though I didn't bring the shimmer all the way out to cover over the shade. The two are just so close in color, and that magic shade is so bold and bright. It really steals the spotlight. Now I'm going to use Farm to Table on a pencil brush, and I'm smudging this along my lash line and building that up into a little bit of a triangle shape on the outer part of my lids there so that it gives me almost a faux cat eye type of look, but without actually using any liner. It's just giving me some darkness and some sultriness to the eye look. And I really did try to get this Sitting Pretty shade to show up as best I could. I used that to blend the edges around those deeper shades, and it just cannot compete with the shade Magic. Even as I blended that out, I just felt like that was the one that I didn't really do justice for in this eye look. Everything else
seems a lot more prominent, but that little red burgundy matte shade from the ColourPop palette is the one that I feel like I just couldn't really find the perfect place for. I'm glad that it shows up so well on the lower lash line, and ultimately, I do think that it helps the look come together, even though it's not really a standout. So I'm happy with the way that these shades worked with one another. I'm happy with the way that my eye look turned out. What I really love is that this totally works as a fall look, but it doesn't feel specific to the season. I do think I could wear this easily any time of year, definitely in the summertime as well. This look would feel natural. So I like that it fits, but it also isn't restrained by that fall feeling. Hopefully that makes sense. Ultimately, I really like it. You know, I love purple, so I'm never going to be mad with a purple shimmery lid.
Despite the fact that I did not get enough shimmers for my taste, personally, I really like the way that this look turned out. I love the berry and mustard combo. I do feel like because so many of the shades were mattes and so many of them are mid-tone kind of grungy mattes that some of the shades got a little bit lost in the sauce. Overall, I think that they work together really nicely. I think the color story that our little palette bingo produced is really cute and definitely something that I gravitate towards and feel comfortable with. I am perfectly happy to wear this eye makeup for the rest of the day, and ultimately, I'd call that a win. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I do have another palette bingo with some more spooky themed palettes coming soon. So you will see Ghost Town USA and the Gargoyle palette and a couple of others. I won't spoil all of the fun, but make sure you keep an eye out for that because I think that one's going to be really fun. And I have a feeling it's going to be more cool toned. This is warm fall, and then we're gonna go for cool spooky next time. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the random number generator has in store for us. I would love to hear what you think about this look. Are you going to be doing a little fall palette bingo of your own? What are your go-to fall palettes? I always love to hear what you think about things too. So make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Okay. A little lip balm first. A little lip balm touch up. Oh, this smells so good. This one's Pomander. It's been a really long time since I wore this highlighter. It's Flexitarian. ColourPop Super Shock Highlighter in Flexitarian. I have not worn this in ages. It was my favorite for the longest time. Then I got hooked on Lunch Money for a while. But this looks really nice. Okay, focus. Huh? Let's try that again. So if you're watching, so as I'm going through the, so is it lunchtime yet? I'm hungry. What was I gonna say? Oh. This actually kind of matches my shirt. Now that I'm wearing this like golden beige and berry tie-dye shirt and my eye look really matches my shirt. That worked out well. Love that for me. Woohoo! It's starting to get cloudy outside. I think it's going to start raining, which means Maggie will not want to go outside. And if it thunders while it rains, then she will not want to go outside and she will be a nervous wreck. So maybe I should take a break real quick and go walk her, get some energy out, and make sure she, goes outside, does her doggy potties outside. Okie dokie. Well, why did you not? I don't understand. Etsy is It's a wild, wild business, I'll tell you that. It's a wild time to be on Etsy. I hope that the spoopy palette bingo turns out this well because this is honestly really cute. I love the little mustardy crease with the deep berry lids. It just needs a little bit more shimmer. Just a touch more shimmer. I'll tell you what I would do. Now that it's over, I can add some more. I'm going to add a little bit of this golden shimmer just right in the inner corner, just to brighten it up a little bit, especially with a really dark shimmer on the lids. I think that makes a big difference. And a little bit here. This will work nicely with those more golden tones. In the crease, I'm not changing the look too much. I'm just adding a little highlight. Always more shimmer. Sparkle Gremlin for life. Feels a little bit more complete now. I won't change it too much. I just needed a little bit more shimmer, okay? Is that too much to ask? All right, walk the dog, go get a little snack because I'm a little bit hungry, and edit this video. That's my checklist for the day. Oh, I need to do a thumbnail. I almost forgot. Whew. That would have been quite the fumble. Do you think I can hold all of these without dropping them? That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. I am always happy that you're here. Whenever you stop by, it's a good time for me. I appreciate it, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And if you don't have a wonderful day, that's all right. We've all been there. It's totally normal. It's going to get better, and we'll be here for you. You can come play with sparkles with us anytime. All right, I love your face. I'll see you soon. Bye.